What's up, traders? Welcome back. I thought I should do a market review over today's price action. I surely took trades on USDJPY and GBPUSD. So this is the daily time frame. Today I was bullish based on the reaction of this daily order block. So it gave me a short-term directional bias. So for my buy side, I was actually looking at this fair value gap right here, because that's the closest liquidity. And the next one is the swing high. So as you can see, we had a reaction from the 50% of this candle's body. You guys know that the majority of the volume is actually on the candle's body. So we failed to close below this candle's body, which is an order block, right? So if this candle had closed below the mean threshold, which is the 50% of the candle's body, I would change gears and consider this low to be taken out. But though we had a reaction which made me bullish, so my closest liquidity was this fair value gap. The next one is the swing high. So let's see what happened on the 4 hour. I'm just going to delete the Fibonacci because we already drawn the line. On this H4, with this order block, which is paired with a fair value gap. So how can you determine that the level has a reaction? You must look at the candles bodies. If you look at this fair value gap, you can see the bodies of this time frame is failing to close below the level. So it's lining perfectly on that level. So you had a reaction and traded higher. So let's see what happened on the lower time frames. So this is what we had. The day starts here. This is the midnight candle. So this is today's price action. I was currently bullish based on what happened yesterday. So if you are bullish, you should always look for the opposing liquidity to look for buys. So this was my closest liquidity before the New York session, with this fair value gap right here on this time frame. So let's see what happened on the lower time frames. So before we continue, let's mark out our trading time. So in my country, the New York session starts at 1 p.m, which is also the New York kill zone, right, which is this candle right here. So as you can see with the fair value gap, like I said, if you want to confirm that your PD array is valid, for example your fair value gap on order block, you should look at the candles bodies. If you look at these bodies, all of them are failing to close below this H1 fair value gap. You can see how these two are also perfectly aligned with the fair value gap. So this long candle was obviously a stop band to take out this low. So you can use this or see this as your sell side liquidity. Right, so that's sell side. And now, obviously, that's your buy side. You can mark this out for your target. Right, so now at least we have sell side and buy side. So you can also frame your range from discount to premium. So that's discount and that's your premium side. So we have a stop band. So we have sell side taken out. So what's next? Buy side. Right, so I went to my 5-minute time frame to look for opportunities or any excuse to trade higher. So you want the 5-minute. Don't forget that this line represents the New York Open. So I actually took my trade based on this candle inside of this H1 favorable gap, right? Because I understand we are in discount and we have already taken out sell side liquidity. So what's next? Buy side liquidity, and we are at the New York Open session. So obviously they have already done their damages. So if you look closely, we have the first model in this channel with the order block that took out the liquidity, right? So you have to mark that out if you're gonna use it for entry. We traded above it, which activates the order block. Return to it. Look at the bodies of this candle. That's a signature. We traded back, failed to close below it again, multiple times. We reaccumulated. So at this point of time, you couldn't enter because it's before your trading time. But at this point, I saw that we already took out sell side. So the only thing that's left is buy side. You can see we have equal highs. So at this candle, I understood that we're inside of a higher time frame PD array, which is an H1 favorable gap. We're ready to sell side. We have a order block. We have a signature, which is the body aligning with the order block. When we traded higher, that's when I took my buy. So my entry was actually inside of this favorable gap, and my stop was below the swing, and my TP was at the buy side. So I didn't care what happened next. As you can see, the price actually traded higher. So let's look at my trading platform. This is the same trade I took. That was the buy side. I actually took partials along the way. That was the entry inside of the favorable gap. I took partials based on this swing. As you can see, we had a favorable gap for re-entry. I didn't take it. We had our first swing, which is where you take partials. As you got closer to the TP, I took another partial, and the final exit was at the buy side liquidity. I have people asking me if the same things work in VIX 75. Of course they do. It's even better in VIX because there's no news. This is today's price action. You have sell side taken out, and that's our buy side, which forms our range from premium to discount. With a discount favorable gap, which got a reaction to buy side. If you go on a lower time frame, we had price trade into the favorable gap, which you also know that a favorable gap is also liquidity or sell side liquidity in this case. So this is the candle that traded into the favorable gap. Because this candle is green, you know that the wick on a lower time frame is gonna be black, which is an order block. So if you can highlight where the wick begins, you can see the accuracy, the reaction from where the wick begins, because on the lower time frame, that's where an order block will begin, because this whole wick can also be considered as a gap. So you can see the reaction towards the buy side liquidity. So this pattern repeats across every market. If you look at the trade I took on GBPUSD, you can see it's the same pattern. We have buy side taken out. That was my sell side. Same thing over and over again. So that's it for this video, guys. If you want me to do more market reviews, just leave a comment down below. I didn't cover Nasdaq because I didn't trade Nasdaq today. But if you have suggestions on markets that you guys trade, you can leave it in the comments down below. I'll go through the price section in the next videos. So that's it for this review. If you guys want me to do more of this, you guys will let me know. But otherwise, please like and subscribe. Until I see you next time, that's Vedanya.